Want to do the intros this way?
There we go. Welcome for tuning in to Chillin With Chezz, y'all. It's been quite a minute since I've been on here, so thanks for sticking around with me. I have some super dope people in the building with me today, and I'm going to let them explain to y'all who they are. Welcome for tuning in.
Hello. And we begin. I'm Queen Raja. Nice to see and be with you guys today. I didn't practice a little bio, but what should I say? I'm a Pisces and I like long walks.
She'd rather be a killer whale.
And I think with this interview, we'll go back and forth. And you'll see a little bit about my personality and what we do. But I'm a community organizer and an artist and a co-founder with Energy and Stock Solid. And today I think we'll be telling you guys a little bit in depth about that. So, hello.
Right on.
She's also on a live.
Okay. I don't think. Say that again.
She's also on a live on her phone over here.
There we go.
She'll be over here pivoting cameras.
That's great. They lying to me about the colors on your microphone.
First show. Hey.
All right. Moving on.
You want to do a little intro?
Hello, this is Darius with Divine Numerology. And it has been a while since I have been in the public eye. I've been working on a few different projects, and I've been invited this evening to share some thoughts on some interesting topics. So for those of you who have kind of been wondering where I was, where I disappeared to, here I am. And we're going to have an interesting discussion.
I found him, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
All right, last but not least.
Not yet. It's one more.
Oh.
But
yeah, you just talked for Raja.
I didn't say my name. Right. I'm Bellatrix. I am the owner of Higher Vibrations, and I am an intuitive healer. I'm also a part of Energy, new member in the building. And I'm just excited to be here and be included in this conversation about my favorite topic, which is healing and all things that's not normal.
It's alternative.
Yeah, exactly. All the stuff we like to talk about every day. So hey everybody, I'm Jazmarie Latour, and I am also a community organizer, public speaker, poet, spoken word artist, creative all around, new flyer maker if you need some business, all that. And yeah, co-owner, co-founder of Inner G, co-founder of Stock Solid, is a new organization in Stockton, and yeah, I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I met these lovely, well, not met these lovely people, but we came to alignment on this topic. I'm also a member of Energy and Stock Solid. If you've been following what I do a lot of healing and conscious hip hop events. We're going to be moving more into all aspects, really, of alternative healing. My main focus on that is on the physical sense. I don't want to say yoga, but stretching, aligning body and mind. That's where my passion lies. But I also delve in some other areas that these fine people can give you guys a lot more information about. So, to kick it off, what is your favorite way to heal? But go ahead with your question first.
I want to do a shout out first.
Go ahead.
Hey, Mom. She ain't on. I'm looking at who's all on live right now. And so I got my Wolfie all the way over in Pennsylvania. I love you so much. And she's on.
East Coast
I got a whole bunch
Connection.
of folks, man. I'm so excited.
East
I
Coast
got
Connection.
Becca's
Dang,
on.
it's midnight
Ben is
over
on,
there, too.
Janina's on. Vanessa. Ooh. And then, of course, the management and some other folks. So I just wanted to give you guys some love real quick while you were on live.
Nice.
Yeah.
Gotta do
And
this.
then
Ashe.
the question was,
Favorite way to heal?
mm-hmm.
You want to kick that off?
My favorite way to heal is, I think, through connection of people. And for me, I'm like,
Sorry.
for the most part, I'm not an introvert. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can be both. But I need like my alone time and stuff like that. But I feel most like healed and my spirit is on fire when I get to connect with people. And when I'm around people, and I know a lot of like my own intuitive work that I do with myself, I get to see it come into full effect when I'm around other people, because you guys are constant mirrors and shit too, or stuff. Sorry, we are on live. Sorry, we just talked about this, and
It's all right. Forgive us.
yeah. So connecting with people, I really like being around people's just stuff like that. But I mean, I also dabble in a whole bunch of other healing practices that we can learn about as the time goes by. But my very
Your go-to.
favorite is hanging with good people, being around good energy, laughing and loving, and art and all that stuff. So
Right on.
Okay, so I'm pretty much kind of the same. I heal through basically my reflections. You know, but I also take that time. I kind of just sit
Can you
with myself.
talking to the mic a little more?
I also sit with myself and just do a lot of self like reflection. You know, I always do like an internal check,
Right.
and I determine what's going on the inside by looking at the stuff going on the outside.
No, that's real.
I'm like
That
this
too.
stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I normally pick up, you know, things I need to heal by looking at the people around me and looking outside of me. And, you know, I write as well. And yeah, also just the connection with other people. I like to heal myself through healing others too, helping other people heal.
Heal the game.
Yeah.
Living strong.
Okay.
So for me,
I got this part. I got you.
I like. When you asked the question, I wasn't sure if you meant our favorite way of healing other people or our favorite way of healing
good
ourselves.
point.
So as far as
up to you.
my favorite way of healing, the way that I thought you meant the question was, I love to heal people through reflexology, and I like to do that because I have a really strong connection with the feet, and
We got
I
three
can-
Pisces in here.
yeah.
Yo.
and
He's good
I
with the
can,
feet, too.
yes, this is consistent feedback on this. It's like literally going in there into a computer and just reprogramming the body through the feet. There's 2,000 nerve endings on the bottom, and it's just pressing the right buttons. I can work on this one part, and you'll feel me adjusting the knees like in real time, and it's just the whole process. Because just like even today, like I was at the salon because I work at Southern Exposure and I do reflexology there, and I had a client, and she was getting she was having a session. She was going through some family stuff, and so while I'm doing the reflexology, I'm also doing a numerology reading with her at the same time. And, you know, it's just asking me questions like, hey, so what should I do and this and that? And she's just crying. And, like, you know, then after she's expressed all this stuff, then I do this where I just pull the stress out and just toss it out. And, you know, she just felt really good after that. And then people were just, you know, surprised and like, wow, she really enjoyed it. Because the lady was just not in a good mental state when she arrived. You know, just had all this stuff on her mind of a text that she had just got that day. She was reading it and everything like that. And then at the end, it was just 180 difference, you know. So it's like the ability to be able to do that, but then also to be able to take pain away.
Right.
Like not just emotional pain, but physical pain. Because, you know, that's why I like healing through reflexology, is because it literally takes away physical pain just like that. You know what I mean? So that's my take on it.
That's dope.
That's real, and I like that. And just to piggyback on, I had a little bit of dose of his footwork, and it is amazing. Did take the
Amazing.
pain away.
Yes.
Very nice. We're only halfway done with that, but
I'll let
Go
you
ahead.
I was gonna say I really like just hearing about how you created that space for her to heal in this salon. Like I would never have guessed that Southern Exposure or like any salon in
Yeah.
Stockton like had a space where you could do reflexology and numerology, like going
Same
like
time.
inside, right? Like that's beautiful, and to like and for her to be able to feel free enough to like cry it all out while getting this session. And with you being a man in this healing like arena is super important. Super important. You guys get left out in a lot of conversations.
Right.
yeah.
And so I'm really happy you're here right now.
Likewise.
Yeah. Thank you
Amen.
for accepting the invitation. Hop on.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Also, as a healer, I like to just kind of be in the moment and then just be like a friend to people and give them whatever I feel like they need in that moment. And my favorite way to do that is actually through food. I love to cook and I love to eat, and I love to just, I don't know, the act of just cooking. That stuff is, for me, when you put love into your meal and you take time in it, and then, you know, you surprise somebody with something delicious. For me, that was always healing in my family. So that's like one of my favorite things to do. Eat.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hip hop, food, and community. That's
Yeah,
hella
man.
dead ass tagline.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's funny that we all kind of gravitate towards that concept of connectivity, but it's not funny because we all do holistic healing. You know what I mean? So the concept of everything as a whole, in a sense, being a form of healing, I think is very important. And that is a very good point in regards to being a male in the healer community, particularly a black male, just because
Yeah. For real.
not only do you not have a voice, but there is so much negative representation of it. You know what I mean? So to be out there showing people that black guys can be caring, black guys can be healers, like I feel like that's a very important voice. So yes, thank you for accepting this offer. What we want to talk about now, guys? I feel like our subject is so broad.
What? So I think I want to know what your favorite way of being healed is, and then your favorite way of healing.
My favorite way of being healed is,
Curious.
because I'm in a situation which I appreciate, where I get to hold space for others when they're processing things. So my favorite way is when people hold space for me in the same way. When, you know, to hold space for another person when they're processing things without judgment.
Right.
But we don't understand the word judgment the same way. Because yes, we don't judge, but we do have opinions, and, you know, we can feel others' opinions, whether it's positive or negative, but even though they're not judging us.
Right.
So for someone to hold space without having a negative opinion, that way it creates a safe and comfortable environment for us, or for myself, to express instead of suppressing it. You know, that's my favorite way of healing, is being where I feel like I'm in a place where it's safe and it's okay to show that vulnerable side without the lingering thoughts or the doubts afterward, like, oh, you know, because these are just really important things, especially for someone who's, you know, always listening to others and their feelings and things. It's just as important
Right.
for the healer to be receiving a healing too.
Yes. See, and that's a very important concept, because I feel like a lot of people expect healers to be completely healed, have done all the work. And it's like, if you're truly a healer, you'll understand that you can never have done all the work. You know what I mean? You should constantly be healing yourself, particularly if you're healing other people. But a second point before we get to Bellatrix that you touched on is creating those spaces where people feel comfortable to be vulnerable like that. Because Rudy just posted on Facebook about his PTSD because he lived in the hood and he's seen people die. You know what I mean? And I had another, actually Ernie Mancuso that I just interviewed for People's History, was talking about that same thing. And it's like, we always talk about PTSD in regards to, veterans and whatnot. And obviously I'm not knocking that, but there are people in our own community that really have that same trauma, you know what I mean? And don't feel like they have a space to let it out, which I think is part of what energy is changing. But so how do you prefer to heal people, Bellatrix?
How do I prefer to heal? Well, I've been I've found a passion for Reiki. And so
for those who don't know what
Yeah, I was
Reiki
gonna say
is,
that.
what can you explain it a little bit?
Well, basically, it's just a transfer of energy from the practitioner to the client. It could be done, in person, or it could be done remotely. It could be sent like just, like a video game, like Street Fighter.
Come in.
Right.
Love.
So yeah.
Feel it. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
basically it helps align, the chakras. It helps, remove negative energy, from your aura and stuff. But for me, being a healer, I kind of just learned to develop like my own style of the Reiki. So yeah, like I have different types of Reiki that, I can attune others with. But what I do is, so I'm an intuitive healer, so I kind of just know, I can automatically sense like what the person needs, and I kind of just put together, like a different
Packages.
Like a strategy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's up.
A strategy of different Reikis to give the person. I also, receive feedback and see, where they need, more healing, what parts, they need more healing in. But yeah, I kind of just like to heal people with my hands, and what was I gonna say? It flew that way. But yeah, like my whole goal is just to see people at their best, because I was just, even before coming into like, my journey and even knowing like my purpose as a healer, I always just was the type that like to see people win and succeed. And I always saw like the best in people, even when like, they didn't really see it in themselves. So now I have the ability to kind of help them, get to what I see.
Right.
And to help them realize like their power, their strength and stuff.
Right on.
Right. And for those of y'all who
Shit.
don't know, Bellatrix is like the sensei of the group.
Ascended master.
Man, for real. Like, we're all teachers in our own right, But I'd be like, God,
But I learned a lot from
she
you.
got so much.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, so girl. So good.
So how do you prefer to heal people?
To heal people? Here's the thing. I don't know if I necessarily do consider myself a healer or not, I don't know.
It says the one that goes around speaking like inspirational speeches
Organizing.
to
Right,
like,
but, yeah,
All
well,
of California.
I guess I like to create spaces to heal people. Like I really found a joy in that when I co-created the River Open Mic, and which is coming back, by the way, September 25th. And then I literally look down and then I got a comment to say, "You heal me." And creating the space like for people to embrace who they are and be authentically them. Like this whole journey for me has been about finding my most authentic self. And so that could be like, it's so exhausting sometimes because I like am constantly challenging identities of myself, and like these identities that I held so tight to, ones that like I gravitated toward because maybe I felt like I needed them, but you know, like it's so weird. I'm constantly constructing and deconstructing myself, it feels like, and so where I can create a space and allow people to be authentically them, like they don't have to like let go of whatever that identity is,
Right.
you know, because I really think at the end of the day, identity and like the self are not the same. I think identity is built of ego, and like the self is like spirit, you know, and they're not synonymous. And
Right.
So if I can make a space where people can go in and like forget about the ego piece and how they identify themselves, that for me is like hella healing, you know. It's healing for me, but I also know I create a way for other people to heal. Like I've heard people tell me this, and I'm just like, wow, it makes me so humble. Like it humbles me to hear people say those things like about something. And I'm not the most overly confident person or whatever. If I seem super confident, it's usually either I really love myself.
It's called
that
acting,
day.
children.
I either really love myself that day, or I'm faking it. Absolutely, you know, like if I'm on stage and speaking or something, or giving a speech or a poem or anything, like best believe I'm nervous. You know, I don't necessarily love the stage. That's not really like my favorite place to be, but I know that I can heal that way, and I feel healed in return doing that. So, yeah, and it makes me feel like it literally, and I've always tried to explain it to people, and they always kind of look at me like they understand what I'm saying, but I think you guys can appreciate it is when I get like these nerves or something when I'm about to perform, and that energy, all that nervous energy, I literally feel it. Like I could like not eat like beforehand, like I can be so like I can't make eye contact with people, or you know, whatever, like before any of that. And then as soon as I get on stage and I make like, okay, I'm gonna do this, like and I open my mouth and I start to speak, I instantly feel that energy just convert, and it just like, it's so powerful to me to like experience, and then and I feel it like come out of me, and for whatever reason people dig it, and
well, it's pretty dope. I mean,
you know, like that's tight. And so if I can when I create a space for people to do that too, I really, that's like one of my favorite ways to heal.
Right.
Yeah. And to heal myself, I also like messing with herbs and stuff like that. I make little like different brews on my stove, like, and I've done that for some years of just the way different things smell. And I've learned like throughout the years how each herb is associated with a certain like spiritual or even very
medicinal.
practical or medicinal like meaning and associated properties. And so I've been messing with those for a long time, and that's one of my favorite ways of like healing myself, and also the space that I live in. You know, the aroma literally goes through the whole house, and I feel like it's like I put some protection stuff in there.
I know. I was like, shit.
Hey, I know some sage.
I don't know if we
everything.
should. I don't know if we can light stuff on fire in here. So no. Hold off on that. I'm gonna get confirmation.
Next time. Yeah. Oh no! Did we lose sound? Okay.
Did we lose sound?
No. It was a question. I hope not.
I can hear us.
Okay. All right.
But I guess that's only so important, right?
Oh, we're good. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds on.
No, dog, that's you. No.
She said, no, just my phone. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Well, how about you?
Best way I'd like to, honestly, so dramatic in a Pisces. It's so much. I would say finding out, hey y'all, hey, the art of divination I found itself to be just a super powerful tool for me is to develop a relationship with Source and the Most High and myself, and to use pretty much any and everything to understand, that reflections we were talking about, and how like I can use literally everything in the ethers on the outside world to work for me. And it's about me just, I'm not gonna say manipulating, but me only dealing with what I want to deal with, and then what experience I want to deal with. Yeah. So for myself, I would say, I can't say everything, that's too broad, but I like to do a lot of different tools and just see like what my spirit does, and I'm like hella good at a lot. Can't even front. But my favorite kind of my spiritual connection, I like to do the tarot cards, and just kind of meeting with people and being in the raw moments of the mystery of the unknown, kind of just meeting people, like the timings that we are, and how just the battle everyone's dealing with, but to be honest in my healing, and then converse with people with their type of healing, and just kind of go there for me, to be extreme as possible and as raw as possible in every moment. I like to enjoy my moments and just learn. So yeah, long
That's
story
one thing
short,
I always love about you is you always talk about how we just like, she's so humble about it. She's like, we all just doing and learning and everything all the time. She always talks about like how we're just always learning together, and I love that because it's so true, that individually we got so much knowledge about different stuff, but like when we come together, it's like we're always learning together, and I just feel it always makes it feel fresh and beautiful and all that.
Yeah. Did you want to go into a little more, because I'm sure a lot of folks watching have a certain connotation of tarot cards, and as you mentioned, for you it's a connection with Source. You don't have to, but
I mean, I can, of course. I'm like, shoot, who want to go first? I'm like, I know. I'm like,
I mean, personally, for you,
for me personally, because I mean, I know how. Just me, I'm a spiritual person, and I like to really, I would never say challenge the creator, but I like to challenge myself to be like a pure, vessel for the all. And for me, with it being 2019, honestly, like everything, it feels like a lie, and people that you think are for you, or you can be going to work, whatever the case may be, it's just like deceptions for many different things. So for me, I like to go in and trust in myself, and trust in my oversoul, and trust in the creator to have put me in this time where I can be here and use everything that's accessible for me, and to honestly take everything I learned from everything and just walk in faith that that I'm doing the right thing. And if I'm not, hopefully, the right energies are around, of course, my gods that are, and my other warriors keep me on point. Right. So I can enjoy, the life that I got, and don't play with my, it ain't a game. I mean, it is, but for me, I just, but I'm not losing. It is, but it's not. I was like, I got a test. I got to pass. So, that's what I enjoy. And for me, it's just always been in me, so I can't, I'm kind of, I have an armor of protection, like I'm always, battling the world to stay true to myself. But I push the boundaries, and I keep God first, and I'm learning to love myself in my journey. So for me, this works for me, and I see people see it working for me, and then I heal them through that. So I keep going.
Setting people free, right?
we do what we can.
Right. For me, it's a lot like you, Jazz. Like, I don't even like. I'll mess around with tarot cards and whatnot in regards for like myself, or sometimes we'll sit together and do something. But I'm not really one to give somebody a reading or something like that. You know what I mean? But creating spaces, particularly hip hop, food, and community. You know what I mean? Creating events that, like you said, people have healed from, and when they come up and tell you, it's like, dang, that was worth, you know, everything that I went through to put it together. You know what I mean? But yeah, what
one of my favorite, I want to talk about how healing that whole process is for me. Like, I remember starting the river and how Bobby, who I like started it with, he's not here today, he'll probably come in another day, and but he and I would like go in and share like meditation and everything in the space that we go into, and before every show, and we just like we'd be in like a meditation for a good like 30 minutes, hour, whatever, and we would do it for a couple of days leading up to the show, and just like immerse this energy into this space and give it this light and give it like whatever, you know, like we did this, we had this really cool meditation teacher, Marianne Messenger. Hey girl, she's tight. She's in Stockton, actually. I can give you her contact info if you want, and she's like amazing, and she like taught us these different associated energies and stuff, and so we would like dress the space with like different kinds of energies for like creativity, for like inspiration, for like deep wounded healing and stuff like that was going on behind the scenes like of the river.
Right.
And so when people come in, they're already walking into this space that's like
Feng shui.
right, with energy though, like and you know, the whole interior design thing, I love that stuff too. But it's like a whole process, and I forgot all about that until you were talking about like all of that energy you put into it, and literal energy. I was like, I love to put into stuff like that, and like sitting in we just got done with a meeting, and I'll like sit and take a cup 2 meetings, and like I'll take a couple of minutes to just like sit in it, and like in the middle of whatever, if I find myself getting like unfocused or whatever, like I'll close my eyes and I'll just like drench us all in this beautiful light and like this energy, and it doesn't even have to be like a, you know, hey y'all, I'm gonna give us this light real quick, you know, it's just really just like a, you know, from my heart to y'all, from my heart to us kind of thing, and just to take the time to do that behind the scenes, I think it's my favorite way. Yeah. Thanks.
Well, it's getting kind of late.
We can do a series. We can do another one soon.
Yeah.
This is
As
just like
I
a-
put
you free.
Want to talk about the number of the day?
Yes, please.
Number of the day.
Number of the day.
we can also do horoscopes. That's usually how.
All right, cool.
Let's do everybody's zodiac after that. Yeah.
Number of the day, though.
So today, the number of the day was 5, September 5th, but it's also a Life Path 8 day. So if you were born today, you would be born on you'd be having the 5 influence you, and you'd be influenced by the Life Path 8. And so 5 is all about change, travel. It's about motion, movement, progress. It's about things that are constantly needing to be adapted to. And it's ruled by the planet Mercury, which is communication. And the planet Mercury rules communication, travel, and our intellect, our intelligence, our ability to do business, which is why people born on a 5-day do excellent in business.
Happy birthday, entrepreneurs.
And yeah, exactly. And today is my day because I'm born on the 5th. And so this day is resonating with my particular energy as well. But in addition to that, it's also the 8, which is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is all about restrictions, limitations, setbacks, but also about setting proper and healthy boundaries. And so this particular day is kind of like traffic in the sense that you're driving your car really fast. That's that 5, right? That 5 moves real quick and it's trying to get through traffic, but then the red light comes, and that's Saturn. Saturn's like, okay, green is Mercury, right?
Like pump your brakes.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then Saturn is the red light. It's like, oh, well, gotta wait till that guy crosses the street. Gotta wait till that person turn.
Granddaddy voice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, don't you know about it? So with these two energies, the thing is, so there's good days and there's bad days to do certain things. this would not have been a good day, or I'll say would not have been the best day to launch like a business in a sense, because yes, the five would definitely assist with it, but the 8 would create certain setbacks.
You're like,
Yeah.
It would create stops, pushes, and pulls.
Oh, hate Nate.
And I'll tell you what, from those of you who know me outside of this, so today I was actually gonna get, because I have a mentor that I work with, and this mentor gives me advice, and one of the main things that this mentor has shown and shared with me is you got to eat your own food. You got to eat your own food. So if you're a numerologist, you need to use numerology to, you know, in your work. If you're an astrologer, you got to use astrology. You can't ignore those things. They're going to stand out even more for you because you tell people about it.
Right.
So in a situation, I was actually specifically going to get a business license.
today?
Today. Real talk. I was supposed to do it, right? And I told the person yesterday, okay, look, I'm going to do it tomorrow. But then I did my calculation. My coach was like, Derek, do your calculation. So I did my calculations. And I'm like, okay, today is not the best day to do that. And so, but I'm really...
Higher self.
To like...
You know, I'm really glad that that I followed that. And I did actually find... within this time frame, the most optimum day for me to do that. I'm not going to share that right now, but
mystery.
There are good and bad days, or good and more good days to do things on, so that you can get the best out of what you want. And you know, then there's remedies. Say for instance, if someone's born on a certain day that their life path brings them obstacles or setbacks, there's little things that they can do. There's things you can do to make it easier and better for you. And some of these things I actually discussed at length in my show Divine Numerology, which is way back last year. Sometime I was talking about like activation techniques and stuff.
The archives there.
I tagged I did tag the page.
That's what's
on
up.
the thing.
Thank you.
Link in the description, y'all.
But there's so many different little remedies you can do to activate the planets, to activate the energies in your behalf, so that it works with you instead of against you.
Right.
You know what? I'm over here tripping because I'm an 8, and all this granddaddy voice telling me to stop sort of thing. Ruled by Saturn, but I'm also a Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn. I'm like, dang.
So Saturn is not all about just stopping and like that. He's not just trying to limit you and be like, no, you
We're not just
hating. Saturn is that strict
self-discipline.
Teacher. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I get.
Saturn is that strict teacher that you got in school, and that one that doesn't seem like he has any sense of humor.
Miss Lewis.
And
one girl.
So this is the type of teacher
English
that
teacher?
if you don't study for this test, you don't study, you don't look at the book, you don't do nothing, then you don't pass, you fail that class, and you go and you get mad at the teacher because she gave you a failing grade, and then the teacher says to you, I didn't give you that grade, you gave yourself that grade because of the time you put into it.
Yeah.
So that's also the same teacher that will, when you studied and you put your effort and your time and energy into that class and you got the highest grade in the class, and you go to that same teacher and say, thank you so much for my good grade, they're going to say, I didn't give you that grade, you did that yourself. So Saturn is only going to give you exactly what you earned. Saturn does not...
No.
Saturn delays but does not deny, is the thing with that. And the key point of Saturn is to build structure and assist with boundaries. Us creating our own
I got
boundaries.
hecka Capricorn in my chart. I'm like, that's why I'm always like, guys, but I'm like the stickler in the group.
Exactly.
I don't even have that much my sun is a Capricorn, but that's my sun and Mercury. And I want to say that's about it.
We should be doing natal charts on our next.
I already have.
I know I have.
And I was gonna say, because I did our
Taurus
little,
moon, though, by the way.
like how our charts are balanced, and that's what I was saying before. Like we're overly dominated by Earth. I have water close second. You're super dominated by water.
Heck, water.
And then you're not overly dominated by anything, even though you do have most air.
And then we both got some fire.
Yeah,
going
but
on,
it's
too,
like
but-
it's like 2 points.
Okay.
When you got
I'm
7
in
in
on those
Earth.
Yeah.
I'm like the
But,
most manliest one, and I have all this feminine in my chart. I'm like, oh, something has
It's
to be
Pisces.
wrong
I guess
in this
Pisces is
damn.
feminine.
No,
Yeah, because Aquarius definitely.
just deep psycho waters.
Yeah,
Remember that,
It's a
Pisces
rocky
lover.
wave, y'all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop telling our secrets.
Oh no, I likes to warn the people.
Let them know what's up.
Man, can't say I didn't
on the
tell
table.
you.
Anything else going on astrologically that we should?
Right now, no.
tell
However,
the
we are
people,
preparing for the equinox is coming up at some point this
The
month.
23rd. The 23rd.
Oh, full moon next week.
True story.
The
It's always
14th.
something. This year we got a lot of new energy from the ethers, like some crazy eclipses, crazy triple, double moon energies. Just like
Right.
last month was like the most energetic difference we felt in like 4,000 years or something.
Yeah, I think at one
Crazy.
point like 6 planets were retrograde at the same
Yep,
time.
at one time.
And September is all about manifestation and stuff right now, right?
Yeah.
It's all that
And the-
footwork.
I don't want to get too religious, but I don't know what people believe in. But for Aboriginal people, the curse is up.
That
People stand
400
up.
years.
That 400 years, yes.
That
We believe Jesus is going to come
400
back. I don't know what no one believes, but hope he's black. We got a little hope if he is. We got a little hope.
Hey, original.
Cut my mic. I'm starting to get
about that.
radically rant.
Let's go. And this ain't that show. Darius didn't agree to that. No. Well, I'm going to move
But we
into
did
these
that.
horoscopes if nobody else has any.
Word.
Let's get it.
Can we say all of our signs real quick? Y'all already know mine. Oh, you go through the whole list?
No, I was just going to
Oh.
do like Libra. Bellatrix is a Libra. And
Oh,
then
okay,
so,
okay.
so Bellatrix. Set for September 5th. You may think that you are judged by the company you keep, but that is not necessarily true. Today, don't worry about people basing assumptions about you on whom you are with. Your true personality is too potent to camouflage, and it will shine brightly through boring meetings, silent travel, and meaningless small talk. Be confident that by always being the person you want to be, you are encouraging other people to do the same.
Nice.
That's what you were
That is
talking
a
about, right, when you
Ashe.
were walking up earlier. I feel like.
Nice.
So then for Miss Capricorn Jazz.
Hey, I feel like I'm the least Capricorn.
You're pretty copy.
Am I? So
You
serious.
ground me.
Oh yeah, the grounding aspect, the shizzle,
You do have a lot of Taurus in your chart too, though. That's where a lot
That
of that
Earth,
Earth
yo.
comes from.
that
Yeah.
grounding. Back when I thought my birth number was the time was a wrong time. My mom done lied to me for 4 years. No, she just guessed the wrong day,
Right.
wrong time. I thought I was a triple Earth. Found out I had a little fire in there. So
Mhm.
that's cool.
Makes
Shadow.
sense.
Leo rising. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's the one thing they tell you is don't go by what your mom says.
Yeah, get a birth
That is-
certificate. I went and ordered a birth certificate, and actually, my birth time is 2019. So this year,
Oh.
yeah. So 8:19 p.m. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm like, hey, it's my whole year, y'all.
20 shine team.
Forever a potty.
So for September 5th, 2019, time is definitely precious, but it's not as rare as some people would have you believe. You basically have all the time you want, especially right now. Your schedule is under your exclusive control for a limited period of time, and you should make the most of it. If you need time to get back with your people, share some laughs, and catch up on the latest friendly gossip, you just have to make it. Reschedule an appointment and move some things around. So you can go to Heirloom Festival is what they say.
Right. Maybe so.
And the
I
stars.
do have to work this week, and so maybe I get to move some stuff around next week. I don't know. We'll see, y'all. We'll see. I wish it was yesterday. I had a really, really, really good friend. Like
Oh
my
no,
best
they
friend
didn't
since
give us Pisces 2 sentences.
Yo, we
Y'all see
always
that?
get
birthday.
it
Christy,
on
happy
us.
birthday. I love you.
That is some bull.
Last but
They
not
knew they was gonna.
Wow.
Small
They
words
was like
of wisdom.
they
know.
are psychics.
They
so
know.
They don't really know. Like
They know.
they need 2 sentences. They good.
Today will serve as both. So for those that didn't catch it before, the 3 of us are Pisces. Darius,
I've got so many
Rasha, and
Pisces
myself.
in my life.
Pisces.
Oh, I'm
rising.
Pisces
Pisces
rising.
Venus.
Oh, and then I'm Capricorn rising.
I be loving Venus.
Oh, so we should do. What's your rising?
That is so
Leo.
Leo.
So is
Oh,
theirs.
wow.
So we got to do Leo
You're
too.
rising?
Well,
What's your
we
moon?
can't do too much, okay? My boyfriend.
That's
is
only
like,
one more.
Scorpio.
I know. Scorpio moon.
Starving, guys. We can't say stuff like that, but starving.
Today will serve as both a starting point in your life and as a great big finish line. Just as you finish something you've been working on for a while, a new task will be tossed on your desk or arrive in your email inbox.
What?
We're going to be working. That's all you said. Okay, last.
As a matter of fact.
Let's go to our rising. They might-
Well, just because, I mean, my rising is Capricorn, so we've done everybody else's. We might as well do y'all's. It's a lot of y'all with the same rising.
Introspection.
There will always
came
be
up with me
obstacles
earlier
in
today,
your
too.
life. That's just a fact.
What did it say?
There will always be obstacles in your life. That's just a fact. Your attitude will make all the difference, so put a shine on your outlook. Whenever you need a lift in life, just remember all the successes you've had. Recall the smiling faces of the people who you love. By the way, today would be a great day to get back in touch with some of those smiling faces. Make a long distance call or 2 today. Or, hop on the radio after.
And
heck
reach
along.
all of them at once. I
Everybody.
know. I got to talk to my wolf a little bit, who I haven't seen or talked to in a while.
Victory.
Since my phone broke.
So, what's the last? What do you want to leave the people with?
Do you want to give them a couple cards to go?
For sure. Well, I got a couple of them. Celebration. That's good. And victory.
Yeah, that's the 6 of Wands.
Yes.
And 3 of
3 of
Cups.
shell. What's that one?
Shells
This
of
is
Cups.
in my deck, but that's very nice. And truth. Someone's gonna say something.
Oh, I love it at that.
Thank you,
Thank
Lord.
We've been
Celebration
spitting
and
truth.
Hey.
all day.
Stay
Justice.
tuned. Stay
I got
Justice,
some
baby.
gems. I got some gems real quick.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it.
Celebrate good.
So, alright, so for everybody who's been out there studying numerology and wants to know, so this is really cool. I didn't know about this. Cool. Success.
Hell, heck yeah.
Alright, so 10 of shells, 10 of cups.
10 of Cups.
So,
Completion.
and this is the 50th card in the deck. But anyway, so here it is. 5, right? On a 5-day. So,
I knew he'd be good at tarot too because of that number. That's good.
with numerology, so you know that because you mentioned the time of your birth. So your day begins at the exact time of your birth every single day. It doesn't start at 12 midnight. It
No
starts.
wonder.
So you're born at what time? 2019.
8:19.
So that's 8:19 p.m.
Yeah.
So every day, your energy shifts into the next day
That's real.
at 8:19.
No, I believe that.
And so,
That's dope.
so
I
that
really woke up about 2 hours.
exactly. That's exactly how it is.
Real.
That's
I
exactly
was
how it
asleep
is.
before that. Like,
And your month. So that means that you're still until the 8:19. You're still in the 4th. Then at 8:19, now you're in the 5th has begun for you.
here comes another situation where we were talking about this calendar, right? Oh, we gotta look into this calendar thing.
And so here it is too. Here it is too. Here's some real interesting stuff. So we can all make charts for ourselves. But now if you go to a company or business or entity or whatever, you look up that business certificate, the birth, the date that business got started and the time that business got started and the city, you can make an astrology chart on that business.
Hey, son.
And what it will do is it'll tell you different things. It'll tell you the personality, the soul, and the essence of it, and who.
Also with the name, right?
The name, and you'll also know which business partners will be good with that business. Like, you know, certain signs are not compatible with certain signs, and they're more compatible with others. There's certain times of the year that are good for certain signs and bad. You know what I mean? And then when you take it, with this, and I won't go too deep into it, but there's Western astrology, which is very beautiful and works very well, and then there's Vedic astrology, and that right there, that's that stuff. I would recommend that everybody just take a look into it and see what they can find.
Is that the same as sidereal astrology?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I keep talking about.
Sidereal is where they measure it for how long the sign is in the sky.
Yeah, where the actual constellations are now,
Now,
as
real
opposed
time.
to.
So it's okay.
Yeah.
So it shifts.
And when you
Still a Pisces. So.
yeah, and
Are you for real?
She is,
I'm
yeah.
still, but yeah.
your birthday is what's your
Real
birthday?
deal.
March 15th.
Yeah, yep. Anyone? Yeah.
Wait, I don't know what
Yep,
mine is.
that's right.
I think I'm a
I think I'm a
Sagittarius
Virgo.
then.
Never switch up.
Right.
But that's my little I guess my little gem for the night, my little thing. So your day
So do you
starts-
rock Aquarius
I like
more
that.
than Pisces?
Do I rock Aquarius more
He's
than
about- he's
Pisces?
super-
Does it
like,
change?
Really good question. How you know to ask that? Well, you
Because
you probably
mine-
know.
yeah.
You already know.
You said your birthday's the 5th, right?
Right.
Mine is the 1st, so I kind of
Okay.
assumed.
So Chezz, do you go by Chezz?
Chezz, yeah.
Chezz. So Chezz just brought out something really cool because if you're born the first 14 days of the month, you're actually the sign prior, according to the Vedic astrology. So in this case, I'm Pisces, according to Western, but I'm Aquarius. My son's an Aquarius. And that makes a lot of sense because my son is in the 8th house in the sign of Aquarius, and that's dealing with like the occult, that's dealing with like these things,
Right.
and that's where the soul is. The sun is the soul. And
Money
you say,
rock
do I
on.
rock Aquarius?
Yeah.
More than Pisces.
Yes, but it balances itself out because my Venus is in Pisces. And you mentioned your Venus was in Pisces earlier.
Man, we fantasy.
And so, you know,
It's a
and
cultic underworld.
Venus
Live
being
in a
in
dream.
Pisces is the best place for Venus. Like
Live in
Venus
a dream.
loves it because
Taurus.
Pisces is out of this world. It's like not on this plane, and Venus likes
Venus
to
and
be
Taurus.
just.
Is
out.
it just the sun that changes with sidereal, or do all of them change?
All of them
You
can
gotta do more in
change.
costume.
The moon can change. It can all change because the big difference between Western and Vedic is just 23 degrees. 23 degrees off difference. And so that you look at the signs and notice that. But I'll tell you what, just because they're different doesn't mean that Western doesn't work. Because I can look at somebody's Western chart and tell them, oh, this, and this, and they'll go, whoa. Then same thing in the Vedic, and they'll say the same thing.
Yeah.
They both work.
Yeah.
They're both effective.
Yeah.
It's literally probably just the labels that change more than
It's just the angle that they're looking at.
yeah.
It's, you know, someone look at this from this angle, someone looks at this from that angle. They're seeing the same thing.
Right.
It's gonna be correct though.
Looking at this cup from over here and over there don't make it not a cup.
Right? Because if
So
she
make
looks
it
at it,
different.
all she sees is silver.
Right.
But if Chezz sees it, it's got all these colors.
Like, oh, that's a pretty cup. That's a plain cup. Nah, it's cute. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I've been talking
There
about
it is.
I've been
Oh,
talking
I gotta
about that
put a
for
new
a
sticker.
second.
Higher vibration.
Sometimes I feel like
Frequency up.
when it comes to like understanding myself,
I
it
never
doesn't make very
really
much
said
difference,
that.
but
That's so cute.
I kind of feel like it might be more accurate as far as, you know, horoscopes and whatnot. Like whenever I watch a sidereal or Vedic versus a traditional, as far as what's going on cosmically seems to make more sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Is sidereal the one where they added the extra?
yeah,
What is that one called?
Ophiuchus.
Conspicuous.
Officious or
I
something
don't know
like that.
about that.
Yes.
The extra sign.
Yeah, it's
That-
between.
that 13th
Actually, I
sign?
think that might be what you are. I think it's between Sagittarius and Capricorn.
Oh Lord, I gotta learn a whole new thing.
I don't know about that extra sign, but
Yeah, there's
Apparently,
one where they
there's
added
like
an
a.
extra sign.
They didn't, but there's because
know
there's
what that one's
another.
called.
I don't know if it's because
Multiple account.
you know where we moved in the universe that another constellation popped up.
He's waiting.
I don't really. I didn't look that deep, but yeah, we got folks waiting. It's late. We
Yeah,
had
he's
2
talking.
meetings
Oh, you
and
can
then
see?
just decided to do this. I appreciate you, Darius, for hopping on. We'd love to have you again.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, this was fun.
I'm like,
Always a pleasure.
you another Pisces with a Leo rising. Fit right in.
Look, my bad. Now
So
I'm like,
yes, 25th, the river is coming back, y'all.
28th.
28th, Mixed Metaphors second championships is going to be at the Dia de los Muertos celebration.
That's gonna be fun.
We're gonna have face paint and a bunch of stuff, and y'all already know what the river is. And if you don't, you should come out the 25th and check it out. Shativas, all ages up until 9 p.m.
Yeah, and after 9, the baby's gotta go. And I'm not saying babies, they're 21 and under have to go, which is,
Y'all babies.
I know.
I'm old enough to
And,
call y'all babies.
And it's
Have
if you
school in
come
the morning.
if you come before for between 7 and 8, it's $5. 8 to 10 is $10. So you want to get there on the 5 o'clock slot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
save your money.
Mm-hmm.
Save some money. So thank you everybody for tuning in. That did. Shout out Natalie Crew and Douglas Vigil were the ones that I can see joined us, but people have been popping in this whole time. We can't give you an exact time when we will be back, but we will be back eventually.
Oh, and then also our social media. So
Oh, yeah.
our Instagram.
Oh, yeah,
names
for
and
sure.
Stuff like that.
Follow us on at Energy Cooperative on Instagram.
On Instagram, it's Energy, INNERG.cooperative.
And then-
COOperative. And on Facebook, it's just Energy, right? I
Yes.
believe. Yeah.
With the G though. Inner
INNER space G.
right.
The G inside of you.
The
Yo,
G's.
Energy.
And we all Energy and Hella Deadass are part of Stock Solid Cooperative. So follow us there and look into what we've been doing. We've been doing some dope stuff like putting in gardens and things.
We've been doing a lot of dope stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and shout out Saturday there is a community cleanup Wilson. We know it needs it.
It's from 8 to noon.
8 to 12. If you got the time, come out with some trash bags.
Yeah, Stock Solid's green team will be there and a bunch of other players.
hmm Shout out to the folks that put it together.
Oh, before we go on the air, I want to say thank you too. We had a table at Black Family Day. It was their
Yes.
51st year.
Yes.
And we went, we haven't been, yep. Stockton's Black Family Day again. Yes. We did a couple of things. We were on their panel. We were doing food tasting. It was a beautiful thing for the community, a free event. And hopefully we'll do a lot more advertising so we can do that next year. So we look forward to doing a lot more things with the community of
Oh,
Stockton.
the raffle.
Oh, yeah. And the raffle. We can announce it on here. Yeah.
Yes, Khadijah Fox, I believe.
Yes.
Khadijah, you
Fox.
want a raffle from Energy? Girl, I'm going to text you. I swear I tried to write this text message out 5 times. My phone was messing up and I was dead, but I got you. Tomorrow I will text you and we will meet up so I can get you your raffle prize.
Hey, and we're putting nice baskets together too. We're gonna
Yes.
post them on our website, so y'all make sure you follow us. We put
We got
like
an
T-shirts.
original- a T-shirt, an original painting. It's a Higher Vibrations T-shirt, Higher Vibrations bath salt, which I really need to try.
Yeah.
We got some
We had
salve
some
by
rub.
Fireheart Botanicals, who's another partner with Energy and Stock Solid.
Mixtapes is going in there too
Got some
from local
mixtapes.
artists.
Yo, really, we got original ceramic art by Bobby Gomez. We got a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
2
baskets.
free tickets to Mixed Metaphors and to the river. It's like, so hop on so we know when we can do another raffle. because you'll want to. These are some dope prizes, really.
Yeah.
Right.
All local artist stuff and
Yeah.
local events. So.
Yeah, I think we're gonna throw in a free reading or a crystal or two or something too.
Oh, right. Yeah, absolutely.
Also, for Mixed Metaphors, there are some vendor spaces available. So hit me up if y'all want in on that.
Energy as well for the river. I believe you're.
I'm gonna be
I'll
at
talk to y'all in a minute.
Mixed Metaphors.
Huh.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
We got some
On that
So yeah, I'm
Saturday.
gonna have a booth.
Yeah, we're going to have sugar skull painting, face painting, Reiki, the other ways we heal folks.
Yeah.
So yeah, come out to both of those things. And tune in the next time we show up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Be watching for the update.
shake.
We'll tell y'all.
Yeah, we'll give you a little more heads up next time. Maybe. I'm not making no promises though.
We hella last minute.
Right.
Just want to make sure. So
Organic.
it's like
Divine timing.
right.
But we're always on
When the
time.
time is right. You'll
That's
see
why I
us
finally
again.
I changed the
Spiritual time.
tagline.
Actually, don't let my boss hear me talking about I'm on time, because we all know it's an issue.
Yeah, I finally changed
Yeah,
it
I'm
to
like, I get there when I get there.
randomly timed
Hey,
show.
It's not. It's bad.
It's not Sunday nights, guys. I'm chilling. So just whenever I feel like, whenever I feel like it, we gonna chill. But thank you for tuning in again. We will see y'all next time, hopefully with some music for yourselves.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Good night.
Love you.